playing this. We just had a big training at the office. And by the way, it is Saturday, the 16th. I'm losing track of time.
Yeah,
anyway.
16. That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Today.
All right. The 16th, all day long, I believe. And, we had a great, we got some great lineups for you guys. And we just had a great training at the office today. And we're going to get right into this. This next guest that we have, if you don't know who Jayvee is, then you haven't been in the company very long. I would say probably he, Romy, and Cynthia Briganti are the three people that people know the best. And it's interesting because they're all good friends before this. And I think Jayvee's going to talk about this a little bit before. But I remember, I'll go back when I first met Jayvee, and I can't remember. I guess we kind of ran into a lot of functions together. But I remember the one time, two times that I remember dealing with Jayvee was over at Dr. Dave's house down in Manhattan Beach on the ocean, and Dr. Dave was having a party, and we got to hang out and talk. Yes. And what I love about Jayvee is he's so personable. And everybody in the company is personal, but I would say Jayvee is probably one of the most personable people in the company that you ever meet. And if you ever go to any of the functions, Jayvee is so fun to hang out with. And probably the most memorable time that I've had with Jayvee was in Japan, in Okinawa, 5 years ago. But yes. When all the top leaders were on the bus, and
that's crazy. That was a fun bus.
Oh my gosh! You talk about a fun company to work with. We're going 60 miles an hour on this bus, and pretty much everybody wasn't in their chairs. They're the last from row 4 back. Everybody was up in the aisle dancing with the music up. And the number one leader of the dance movement was JB Pacifico. And I remember thinking to myself, I don't want to – this guy's awesome. And by the way, everybody in the United States and pretty much most of the world is underneath JB Pacifico. So Cynthia Briganti, Romy, Vadira are all under JB Pacifico. He's the one that started the whole basic movement in the United States. So, and for that matter, all over the world. And he's got an amazing story. He's got the best story that I've ever heard in Enagic, and what he leads off with when he does demos and things like that. But man, the time we had in Okinawa dancing on the bus, and it wasn't just a little dancing here or there. It was for an hour straight. Just it was so fun. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, this guy's the top guy of the company. And he is just having a blast and just having so much fun. And same thing we had Eli Daffish and all these top leaders on the
Dr. Lucas too.
Yeah,
Lucas, yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Lucas.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. And I'll never forget that. That was just epic. And all the places we got to go visit. Now, the one thing, and I don't know if you remember this, JB, but we went over to the new resort, and what they have is when you become a 6A 2-3, which is probably the most important thing to me, what they do is they actually plant a tree in your name on the property. Yes. And they kind of plant it in V formation. So it goes from one corner and like this. And at the very corner, I remember I was with JB Pacifico, and we're talking. And, of course, his tree is right there in the corner, the pinnacle, the cornerstone. And there it says the JB Pacifico. On one side it said Cynthia Briganti. Her tree was on the right. I think Romy's was on the left. And then they had like about 10 other trees. And I said, JV, my tree is going to be over there someday. And
there you go.
And I got that little interview. It was about a 30-second interview with you talking about the trees and stuff and how cool that is. So I'm going over to Japan. I'm going to be there with JB Pacifico and a lot of other leaders. And that is the number one thing that I'm so excited about is seeing that. And so anyway, and JV is a 6A 8-6?
9.
9-6. 9
Wow.
dash 6. Okay. He got the $200,000 check bonus. He is, like I said, the most down-to-earth guy you ever meet. He's one of my favorite guys in the company because whenever I see him at the office, whenever I see him anywhere, he is just like he's just like a 5A or 4A talking to you, or 1A, just, hey, how you doing? You know, talking with everybody, and the most open, kind guy you ever met in your life. And it is an honor to have you on this webinar, JB. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. And thank
And
you
I've got
too
my
for
lovely
inviting me.
co-host, Kelly Kingi, in New Zealand too. I want to make sure I introduce Kelly as well. But JV, why don't you start off with your how you heard about Kangen water, your testimony, because it blows away anything I've ever seen or anything I've heard of anybody in the company.
Well, John, that was year 2004, and that's where I discovered the technology, Enagic, company. My wife was suffering from debilitating, disease, and she was bedridden for 3 months, and there's no hope. Actually, I was just doing like this, and I don't know, because aside from her health issue, we have also financial issue. So 2 major problems right in front of me. And I have 2 kids to raise, and I myself, I don't know what it is. We have medications after medications is not working for her, and I just prayed that someone somewhere, will guide me to whatever that relieves her pain. But anyways, a friend of mine was the one who knocked on the door 6 o'clock in the morning. You believe that? 6 o'clock in the morning. I said, okay, JB, why didn't you let your wife try this water? And I said, like, okay, water? I was just like, she must be kidding, But anyway, I asked her if, is it, where does it come from? The whole thing, And because she carried these 2 gallons of Kangen water inside the black trash bag. And I was like, are these clean water? I was like, so anyways, said, how do I drink this water? I'm just kidding, because I don't really believe in it, And so he said, oh, have your wife drink first thing in the morning. And I said, okay, fine, okay. So I have my wife drink. My wife, unfortunately, she don't drink that much water. She's not a water drinker. She's coffee and soda at that time. So anyway, she started drinking, and 2 days after, she was relieved from her acid reflux, which she's suffering for a year and a half. So for a year and a half, she cannot sleep flat. She was just sitting like 45 degrees. So 2 days after, she was relieved. The symptoms gone. It's like, wow, this is powerful. So I called my friend and said, hey, Rosie, where do we buy this, water? What do you call it, Oh, it's not for sale. It's come to my house every single day, as long as you bring your own jug. I said, Rosie, you forgot something, because Rosie lives like 25 miles away from me. So I said, Rosie, you forgot something. But my car is a junk car, that. The most is 4 blocks. And it's that, I said, Rosie, sorry, I forgot. So I said, she picked me up and then brought me to the office, the first office, in Gardena. So I went in, and the first thing I saw when I get in is a big picture, a poster as big as a door size. And it's all showing the pictures. And it was amazing. I was just like looking at it, and I was like, is it really true? Because at the bottom of the poster, it says approved as medical device by Japan Ministry of Health. And I said, like, wow, is it really? If this is true, I mean, I don't have any question at all. I want to buy it. So in my mind, I want to buy it. When I asked for the price, John, I almost died. And I said, no way. This is too expensive, man.
JB, let me stop you right there. I don't think people realize what financial straits you were in, because we were 3 months behind in your mortgage.
Yeah.
And
it's a process of foreclosure.
In foreclosure, and things were so bad. You had all your possessions in boxes by the front door because you only had 24 hours once the sheriff came to get your stuff out.
Right. And I was living on borrowed money. I just borrowed money from my friends.
So everything in your house is pretty much in boxes, ready to take
Yeah.
out at any moment, just waiting to be kicked out of your house.
Right.
That's how bad it was.
That's bad. That's really bad. But I make sure that I have to call every day the mortgage company and, give a reason just to stay there for quite a while to bid my time. That's all. But I really want a machine for my wife. So what I did, I borrowed money from a friend who introduced me to Kangen water. So it took them about a week and a half to put money together. So I got the money. And my wife issued a post-dated check for 10 months. We get to the office, you get the machine. And I'm so glad, I'm so happy that time that I have the machine, for her. So she started drinking. And then after a month, I received a call from the office. I said, JB, your check bounced. And I said, okay, wait a minute. I think you made a mistake, man. If you look at the check, it's not my name. It's my wife's check, not mine. She was so mad. I said, JB, you are married, so it's the same thing. He said, but that's not my thing. Oh my goodness. The second month, she called again. Oh, you know Megumi, right? She's the one who called. The third month, same thing happened. Because I don't have the money. No money, I don't have a job. And the fourth month, the manager called, which is, Mr. Fukuda. JB, I want that machine in my office today. That I was scared. So I called my friend. He said, Rosie, emergency. I need to see the manager, Mr. Fukuda. He's going to repo my machine. And I said, over my dead body, I told him, you're not going to get this machine no matter what. Because I saw the results slowly, So I went there and explained to Mr. Fukuda. So Mr. Fukuda kept insisting about the business. He said, no, Mr. Fukuda, I didn't know about the business part. I'm concerned about is my wife's, health, that this water is working for her. And she said, I'm really sorry, JB, that, that's your wife, regarding your wife's physical conditions, really. No, I'm so sorry for it. This is what I'm going to do for you, okay? I'm going to keep the check. I'm not going to deposit your check. And I want you to keep the machine. And hopefully it will help your wife. I was literally in tears. I was just like, wow, that is amazing. And that's the reason why I'm still here. I never forget that moment, the compassion oh my goodness. So after 7 months, that's when I said to my wife, I said, you know what? We can give it back to Inagic by, introducing it to our friends and relatives. We'll do the business, So that's how we started. I think about 5 months later, that's when I started. About 5 or 6 months later, that's when I started. But there's no training, there's no brochure, nothing. And then the machine before is, they call it Levelock 2. Levelock, right? Five plates. And that machine don't talk. Just wink at you, Yeah. That's all it does. So anyway, I attend one of the seminars by a Japanese, presenter, but you know how this the job. He don't really know much about English, And all I have to do is look at it and it's like, wow, 2 hours presentation. No, that's too long. But anyway, so we have to create our own style. We have to, I have to create my own style to make it shorter, So anyway, so when I have that confidence, then I go out and make sure that I have appointments, 3 appointments per day within my car's limit.
Okay.
Within my car's limit.
Limit.
Within 3 minutes of where your car could actually travel to.
Huh?
Within 3 minutes of where your car could travel to.
Oh,
yeah, it's about about at least 3 miles, not 3 minutes. It's 3 miles. So make sure within the area, my area.
Okay.
So if it's farther, then I have to ask, my friend.
Now,
I'll borrow her car.
Now, as I understand it, they said to you, JB, listen, hey, by the way, after you're drinking this water and everything, hey, by the way, you can sell these machines and make money at it. And when you started off, you worked for 45 days. You start off, as soon as you started working, for 45 days, you did a demo 2 or 3 every day for 45 days. Is that true?
Every day. Yeah, every day. Minimum of 3.
Wow.
Minimum 3 demos. Yeah. 3 appointments.
Okay. And how
So
did
that
that
we
go?
start from 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock until 5 o'clock, 5 or 6.
And how did
every
that
day.
go?
And 45 days. And I never made a single sale. So that's about 120 something, 125 demos. And they're my friends. They're my friends. They're my relatives. They're my sisters, my brothers, And I was just like, one thing I found about this business, because you go to your warm market, right? That they love you, but they don't believe you. And that's it. I said, oh my gosh, because they know my financial situation. They said maybe this guy will just want money, commission. Yeah. So I realized that I think I made a mistake in the approach. So I turned around and I said, it should be mission first before commission. I said to myself, this is what I'm gonna do now. It's about mission first. So when I made my appointment after 46 days, I just told them, hey, there's no commitment. Just give me an hour of your time. No commitment. Just take a look at it. That's all I usually say. So it works. It works. I made my first sale, and the entire Inagic employee was having a party. What's JB? Yo, you doing it, man? I know. Having a ball. Whoa, of course. Oh, I feel different, because of my first sale. I walk differently too. Woo. Yeah, so I was so excited. So I keep going. And then a week and a half later, the manager called. I said, JB, I got bad news for you. And said, hey, Mr. Fukuda, I've been through so many bad news. Don't tell me I got another bad news coming. Your first customer just came in and returned the machine.
Oh.
I was scared because I already spent the money. My commission's gone. And I said, shoot, what's going on? Oh, so I called the customer. I said, what's going on? Why did you return the machine? Just, So he said, well, I browsed through the website. There's a lot that's cheaper than yours. Oh, okay. I didn't even know about it. Then I started doing my research, right? So and then it's about 1 day or 2 days the research that I did. And then, I was looking at the ISO certifications of the company. It's a Korean company that they're making those. So they said, they're not competition. Let's move on. That's it. They just keep moving.
JB, I think anybody in their right mind would have given up after not making a sale for 45 days, and then on top of that, getting the machine returned. And
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, that's amazing. Especially when you're doing it from your relatives who think, are not buying it from you. And
right.
What kept you going? Because you must have had a very strong knowledge of the machine, knowing this machine works. I've seen it work. I've heard stories at the office of how it worked. You know what? I'm not going to give up because I know it works. What was that going through your head, or what was going through your head?
Well, number one, it works for my wife, but I don't have any much, aside from my wife, I don't have any much stories that I heard. So, and then I just read one of the e-friends from Japan, was translated in English, there's 2. But the one that's really, anchored me, or I'm staying in Naji, because to me, I owe a lot, to them for giving us the opportunities for us to own a machine and it helps my wife. So to me, it's like, that's the only way. I said, I have no money to give Enagic in return, but I'll make my good strong effort to build an organization, and I think that's the only way I could help, Enagic. And of course, I believe in the product, and I believe in Mr. Oshiro, and that keeps me going. And of course, you gotta pray. I have a trust in God. I said, this is it. I made a commitment, and that's where I am.
So how did your organization build? And at one point, did you, I like how you also talked to Romy about this too, and how this came about, because I remember the meetings that you went to were pretty much all in Japanese, and most of them you didn't understand.
Yeah, so Romy, we had a good relationship with Romy from the former business. It's also a Japanese company. So I know Romy for quite a while. He's a friend, and I know Cynthia also. And it's I don't know, it's crazy. I mean, to me, it's like destiny, because I have all the lists. Because the other company I worked with before, it's a Japanese company. They give me all the names, the list, the phone numbers, and addresses, right? So one of those days when I was working on, actually, let me back off. 2005, Jonathan Sumbelio now he's back in the Philippines. He's a top guy. He's a 2-5. He was the one who came, I found, and joined me, right? So that makes a difference. This group alone makes, they were the one who ignited the Los Angeles Enagic business, because it was really down before when we started 2004. They are selling about 10, 20, 30 machines. But when Jonathan Sambilio came in, we were selling 100 units per month, just one group. So that was really awesome thing, and that's where I got all excited. And then Romy, my wife suggested, why don't you call Romy? I said, yeah, I have his number. So I called Romy. Line was cut off, right? Okay. So I said, I'm going to write a letter to Romy. I said, Romy, this is Jayvee. If once you receive this letter, please give me a call, because it's very important. ASAP. This is good for you and your family. Just give me a call, ASAP. So Romy called me around November 2005. I said, hey. I said, oh, Romy, yeah. And Romy said, Jayvee, you know what? This one thing, it's amazing, because the letter that you sent, the address, what I had before, we moved like 2 years ago. But I don't know why your letter was forwarded to me, to the new address. We usually, it's 6 months, it's a dead mail, right? It's a dead mail. But it was forwarded to him still after 2 years.
Wow.
And yeah.
Thank goodness.
I know. And I'm like, wow.
So what happened? You actually flew him out?
Yeah, because Romy is a business person. Right? Jayvee, are you making that money? He said, I'm making good money. I said, yeah, but you know what, Romy? I'll invite you to Los Angeles for you to see it, And Romy said, it's free? Yeah, accommodation, plane fare, it's free. I'll take care of it. So Mr. Oshiro's event is not really for Enagic. Mr. Oshiro is being awarded or honored because it's one of the biggest contributor for the Okinawa, community in Los Angeles. I mean, in Torrance. So Romy came in. I was like, I bought a ticket, 10 tickets, and Romy came in, and it's like, wow, because before the event started, they played the Amazing Grace in Japanese. Okay, and then Romy heard it and it's like, wow, I don't know, but Romy starts calling people in New York. He didn't even say the business yet. He was like calling. Because the thing is, Romy is an ex-seminarian. He used to being a priest. So when he heard that, and he said, oh, I said, Mr. Oshiro is a Christian. He said, wow, a Japanese Christian. Okay. And he started calling. He didn't even know about the business yet.
Wow.
Yeah, no. So when we got back to the hotel, he said, JB, okay, do a demo. do a demo to me, I'll take a video for you. I'm going to take a video. So that's what he did. He took a video. I did the demo. Simple presentation, and that's how it started. And Romy, when he came back, Romy said, I don't think I could sell it. It's too expensive. I said, Romy, there's no such thing as expensive, when it comes to, to people's health. It's just, you have to build the value. That's all, that. So anyway, I said, Romy, all you have to do is share water. Give water to your prospect. When you have 10 families that are interested to listen, I'll fly in. Okay, so that's how it is. That's simple it is. I'll support you all the way. And then 3 days after, Romy called. Jayvee, yeah, what's up? I don't need you. Why? I need 3 sales already. See, that's how easy that Romy. Bye. Yeah.
So how did Cynthia hear about this?
Okay, Romy introduced Cynthia to the to Enagic, right? So Cynthia went to the room also, to the hotel, to visit Romy, But Cynthia is doing another stuff. It's like a supplement thing with Mita, They were in the business together that time. So she invited me to her house, the first house she has. So I did a demo with Mita and Rick. They were there. So wow, they're excited. I said, wow. This is amazing. But Cynthia was not interested in Agic yet. No, because it's supposed to be making money on that business they're doing. So, but Mita and Rick said, Cynthia, whatever you're going to do, fine. But right now, we're going to Enagic. We're going to join Enagic. So Cynthia was, okay, I'm going to join too. That's how it started.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I did demo for Cynthia.
Wow.
And that's how, it's just,
Huh.
from then in,
It's grown huge since then, right?
It's huge. I can't believe, because we were invited one time, and she said, Jayvee, could you come with me? I said, where? Reunion Island. Where's Reunion Island? So I look out, I can't find it in the map. So where that thing? Reunion Island and Mauritius. I can't find it. Where is it? And it's just like a tiny dot, the East Madagascar. So I went there to support Cynthia. Cynthia was there too. There were 368s in there. I said, what? Wow. A small tiny island, 368s in there.
And it's below Madagascar?
Yeah, it's southeast of Madagascar.
Oh.
There are 2 little islands.
Yeah, they're about nowhere.
Yeah. And 368s. Mauritius is the same thing. They have 368s. And during that time, the population is 800,000. Wow. And I said, where do you get the whole 6 It's amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, and Kelly, if you have any questions, chime in. But Jayvee, I know we talked about this yesterday about the call and stuff like that. We talked about the importance of your testimony, and having a testimony like yours is, you could probably pretty much tell your testimony like that, and then and tell how Enagic has changed your life, and people would be buying the machine. But, oh well, that I don't even have half that problem, and I want to sign up, But it's how important is it, and I need to do more of the testimony of myself and how I've come to this business, what I've experienced and things like that. And I think it's really important. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. To me, story sells. Story is because we are emotional people. Once you hear the story, that cements that, number one, that you are using the machine. That's the most important thing, that you own a machine and you are really drinking, the water. That's the most important thing. So the testimony alone is so powerful. You know, it don't, you know, as long as it's a true story, you know what I'm saying? But to me, that's when I do my presentation, I tell my story. That's the first thing I do. Mm-hmm. And then I know many times after my testimony, I said, okay, JB, could you show me the product? Could you show me the product? You know, you want to see the product right away, right there. You don't have to explain, you know, technical. I don't, you know, deal on technical, you know, parts of the machine. It's just, to me, it's, most people are in tune. They call it their own radio station. You know that they have a radio station at their own. They call it WIIF. You know that, right? WIIF radio station. Oh, okay. What it means is what's in it for me. What's in it for me? If you could, you know, communicate to them why they are going to buy the machine, that's it. It's very powerful. Like whenever you go, let's say you go shopping, you know how like let's say you go let's say for example you go shopping for a suit. You're not there to buy. You're just like browsing, and they say, "Hey, come on, man, could you come on? Okay, you're looking for? Oh, I'm just browsing. Why did you try this? Just try it for do me a favor." Oh wow, it feels good. You know, that feels good. So you end up buying the whole thing. You know. Mm-hmm. If you go to Costco, they give samples of food that they want to sell, right? Costco, yeah. So I mean, it's very powerful, yeah.
So what's in it for me is you want to communicate to the person that you're talking to,
right?
Why it's important for them that they need to get this, and
correct.
What is the thing that you communicate mostly to people? Why? What's in it for them? What number one thing? Is it the money? Is it the health? And
most of the time it's about health. Most of the time it's about health. Yeah. It's not for them. Sometimes, most of the time, for the wife or for the husband, you know, mm-hmm. Or for their son, for that matter. Mm-hmm. So usually the business part of it follows. Because what I do is when a customer buys a machine, right? Most of the time I hooked it up, you know, if within the area, we hooked it up. And 2 days after, I do a follow-up. I'll visit, you know, the customer. And of course, you have to, you know, explain to again how to use the machine because there are so many that, I mean, you know. And then that's when I had time that I'll explain about the marketing plan. I said, you know what? How do you like the product? I mean, of course, you know, I like the benefit. I said, could you refer me to your friends who need this? Okay, or just referral, and they give you a referral, you know, a referral check. I don't talk about business, but if it's a business person, of course, I'll talk about business. Say, you know, like say, John, okay, you're a business person. Okay, I'm going to present you the business aspect of this. But it's just a customer, which, you know, just a regular customer. I always use the referral word that I use. So I said, it's just a referral. Because some in my experience, when you say business, they'll say, I don't have that, you know, knowledge. You know, I'm not experienced about, you know, selling. But when you say referral, you could refer a lot of people. And if you want, they said, if you want referral, I'll give you 10 right now. That's how easy it is.
So once you get the referrals, are you the person that calls them up and said, hey, by the way, John referred me to call you. He's been drinking this water. What do you say exactly?
Yeah, I said, hey, you know, I was referred to John, and I just want to show you the technology that, you know, your friend has, John has. So about 30 minutes. I always say 30 minutes.
Would you get them on the call as well, Jayvee? Would you, if that person's doing the business, would you get them on the call as well, or do you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Like a three-way call.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then once you have two, then I'll ask the sponsor to bring two families, like, you know, two families, invite two families to do a demo. And by doing so, I don't have to bring my machine. You know what I'm saying? Because the sponsor already has the machine in the house, right? So it's like a party, you know, 2, 3 families. I said I always limit to 3 families because it's easier to close the sale.
And Jayvee, do you find what do you prefer, like a home demonstration, or do you do demonstrations in a building somewhere weekly? Like, are you more person to person?
Home demonstration for me, yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. So if you see, you know, you buy, you're my customer, so you're happy with it, then I'll just say, hey, you know, why don't you invite two your friends, 2 families to your house? I'll come and explain to them, you know. Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's very, you know, there are some people when they are in a group, like in a big meeting, they're shy to ask questions. You know, but in the house it's more, you know, one-on-one. They're comfortable, you know, to ask questions. So, and they have all the you know, IDs, the checking. It's all there.
That's true. You can't say, you know, all at home.
And you don't have to, you know, it's like husband and wife is there. I mean, you know, but I make sure that husband and wife is always there, present. But if it's only wife or husband, I said, I got to cancel. You know, I have to postpone. You have to be. You know.
Yes.
Well,
otherwise you end up doing 2 sometimes. If it's just the wife or just the husband, the husband wants it, tells the wife, and she doesn't want anything to do with it.
Right.
And once you've gone down that road, the husband, first, if you do the demonstration for the wife, the husband has that $5,000 price tag in his mind, and he's just like, no. You try and get a demonstration in front of him, and he's just so shut off, you can't get it in front of him. So, it's best not to even do a demonstration for the wife or the husband separately, but just always to do it together.
Always together. Yes, always together. What's
going to happen is you're going to get the wife or the husband who you did the demonstration for. They're going to try and explain it to the other person.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to explain it to the other person correctly. And then they're going to say, how much is it? Oh, it's $5,000. And right then, bloop,
that's it.
Dead, they won't wake up.
Right.
And then they go on Google just to prove to them that, you know, that it is too expensive and it's all a scam. So
So I mean, what blows me away, JB, is just your tenacity and your and what you went through, and you pretty much did the all-out massive action. And I don't even know if you meant to do that, but you said, I think you probably did. You must have, because it's like, I'm doing 3 demos, 3 demos a day, every day for 45 days. But I want everybody to listen to this on the call. It was the all-out massive action, and he got shot down so many times, 45 days, 125 demos. And then on the next day, he sat down and said, you know, this isn't working. What is going on? You know what? I'm trying to make money. People can tell that I'm trying to make money because I'm so desperate. They feel the need for me that I need to make a sale. I need to make a sale for money. I need to change my way of thinking, and I need to make it the mission. I need to be about helping people. And that's when he sold the machine. And even when the machine was returned a week and a half later, oh my gosh. I would have got the gun out.
I know. A lot of people said, "Oh my gosh!"
Wow.
Oh, yeah. You know, I love your story. I love it.
And that's
because
why
no one an excuse, not to do it.
Yeah, and that's why Jayvee is on the top. Because when you have desire, when you have worth ethic like that, and are able to not let anything stop you, you know, 125 people saying no to you in 45 days straight, and then get a machine return back, man, you got to have some thick skin on you. And
And
Yeah.
remember, I'm living in borrowed money too. I just borrow money from a friend,
You must
to survive.
Here you are sinking in quicksand, and you're doing everything you can. Nothing's working, and it's just like, well, I'm just going to give up because my house is going. I'm losing my house, but the one thing you had was your wife. The one thing you had was her health. She was back.
Right.
You knew that this machine worked, and it was like I basically lost my house. I'm penniless. I borrowed money, thousands of dollars from people, and man, that blows me away.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. I see, Jayvee, I see a message here. Phyllis in our group has asked. It says here, Jayvee, you used a PowerPoint presentation in your trainings with distributors. Are we able to get a copy of that PowerPoint by any chance and a recording of the training done in the USA office some months ago?
The marketing plan training. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, by the way, while you're at it, we're going to conduct a training again with the manager, Italy, March 2nd.
Wow.
11 o'clock in the morning up to 1. So it's a training about marketing plan. Yeah,
awesome.
Of course, I share my USB, no problem. Yeah, I share.
Appreciate
no
that.
problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what the one thing about I just love so much about a Enagic. Regardless of whose team or what you're doing, we all share and we all give, and I think that's just such a beautiful thing to be part of. I love that part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you.
We're family. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's the beauty about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Makes me want to sing.
Fun together and work,
JB,
And that's what we say really wants. Okay, go ahead.
if you could say one thing that you could say to the people on this webinar about success and about how to make it in this business or anything, what would you say?
Well, you got to really be focused on what you're doing. Focus is the only thing. And don't listen, don't listen to anybody. The problem with today is there's so many out there, they do their own research. They're all, I said, just focus on what you're doing. And that's all it takes. And of course you have a purpose why you're doing it.
Mm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
When you have a purpose why you're doing it, then you're focused, right? I don't know what their purpose is. Maybe to save their house,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or money for their children when they go to college. They're expensive. College nowadays is like $60,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So they have to have a purpose why they're doing it.
Well,
and then once you have that, then focus on it.
Well, going with that, Jayvee, you talk to me. The only hard part about this is the competition and what they put on the internet. People go on the internet and they say, just like your friend, oh, well, this one's cheaper, so I'm going to get it. And they say they're just as good. What do you do as far as when you get somebody to either stop searching on the internet or to set them straight as far as the stuff that's out there?
Yeah, I got a simple, I don't argue with them. I don't compare, the machine that out there versus ours. This is my one-liner. This is I always say. If someone said, "Hey, we got find cheaper," he said, "Buy it." Well, I said, buy it. But why? I'm just asking. He said, well, if you're buying for the price, to buy it. Ours is expensive because of the quality. So, but if you go by the price, go buy it. 6 months from now, you'll come back anyway. Why? It's not working by that time. That's what I say. I don't say, hey, this ours better. I say, no, buy it. Why you have to compare? I don't know about the product out there, but.
And I think also when you're so sure about your product like that, you're not sounding desperate for them to buy yours, and they're like, huh.
Right. Right.
And people really respect that because I've done that a bit myself and gone,
yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
okay, they're not going to try to talk me out of it.
Yeah, but keep my card, okay? Because 6 months from now, you'll come call to me anyway.
I'll just wait by the phone in 6 months.
Yeah, and then they say, oh, why? I'm just asking. They always say, why? I'm saying, no, you cannot compare our machine to other machines. So,
and I don't even use the word competition at all now. I use knockoff.
That's true.
That's a knockoff.
Or predator. If you buy a predator unit.
Predator.
So, have you seen the I have that picture, I think, where it's the name of the machine, right? And you peel it off, there's another, they cover the other name.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's really bad. That's really bad.
Oh. Well, usually even if you just say it's made in Japan and not in Korea or Taiwan,
Yeah.
Well, JB, we are coming up to the end of this, and I just want to thank you. And hopefully, we'll be playing some golf in a couple weeks. I don't know if you play golf. Do you play golf?
No.
Okay.
Mr. Ocean always asks me, JB, you play golf, right? I said, no, I play golf.
I play golf too.
Well,
no, that's night time, JB. That's night time. That's okay. We golf.
Well,
but
I look forward to spending some time with you in Okinawa, and I want to thank you for being on the call because, man,
you're welcome.
You're such a fun guy to spend time with and joke around with and just hang out with, and man, and to see you guys. I mean, hopefully, if you got anything from this webinar, it's to show you what it takes to be a winner. And when you Jayvee deserves everything that's come to him, and especially he's at the top of the company. Everybody is pretty much underneath him. I say 90% of the people that I have ever heard of or anybody. And boy, you deserve every bit of that, Jayvee. And I know it was hard. And I want to thank you so much for being on here, and thank you for being such a good friend. Thank you for being such a good mentor. Thank you for being such a great leader in our company. We couldn't have asked for a greater guy to be the grandfather.
You're welcome, you guys. But it's from you guys, right? Also,
Yeah.
It's not just one person, but it's team. Yeah, it's a team effort.
Thanks, Jayvee. And a lot of my team are just saying, wow, they really appreciated this as well. I think what I love, and I've heard your story before, is I just love the simplicity of it. I think people complicate this business way too much.
Yes.
All about the science and all about but it's not that. You're so right. It's all about relationships and it's
that's true. That's really true. It's about your story. That's all you want to hear. Mm-hmm.
Well, lots of thank yous from everyone here in New
Zealand. And, we got people from all over, and we're going to send this out also. And so thank you so much, JB. Real quick,
you're welcome.
Yes.
So when are you coming over?
Where? New Zealand?
Yeah.
I want to go to New Zealand. I want to go to New Zealand.
He just needs an invitation.
This month?
He wants to go, so he needs an invitation.
Okay.
What's the month? This month?
What month? I'm thinking you want to come in our summer and a good time. What do you reckon, team? Maybe again, like how we had our event just now, maybe in November.
Or why don't you come over after you go to Okinawa, JB? Head over there after Okinawa.
No, Okinawa. No, I have to go back to LA because April I'm going to the Philippines.
Well, we'll go over there and do another.
Here too.
The next conference we have, JV, we'll go over there in November, December, and then we'll take a tour.
New Zealand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
I want to go.
Oh, we'll just make it sooner. We'll make it sooner. So I think maybe the global convention might be in Australia in November. So yes, we do need it earlier. When's your one in America? June.
22nd.
21, 22, 23rd.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind coming in our winter.
All right, we'll get this all lined up.
Yeah, sure.
we'll get this
Next
going.
week,
We'll get JV up there in New Zealand, Australia soon. But next week we're going to have Laura Diaz talk about Ukon. We've had a lot of people asking about Ukon. Laura Diaz knows more about Ukon than anybody I know in the company. And also, we're going to be talking about the EAP8 card too, because not many people know how to use it. Not many people
I know.
website, including JV.
I don't know. I just bought it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Hey, it pays for my hotel, my plane.
Yeah,
So.
because EP to me is just a respect to Mr. Uchir. Whatever project he has, okay, go for it. You know, that's me. So.
But JV, you must have a plenty e-points on there. I checked mine. And I was like, there's 2.5 million e-points. Like,
wow.
Which I think is like, it's 1,000 e-points equals $1 US. So I'm thinking that's 2,500 American, and you can use it to go to events, can't you? And travel.
That's a lot. That's
and
a
that.
lot.
So I was like, wow, that would get to Okinawa or to the American, the event.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I really, love my team to know more about that too.
So we're going to talk about that.
Quick question, John.
Yeah.
Quick question, John. Do we need a visa to go to New Zealand?
No.
I know we need Australia. I know.
Australia. And you can get one in Australia for 24 hours. But we'll talk about that in a minute here.
That's okay. No problem. Anyway, anybody in India? I'm going to India.
JB's ready to go tomorrow. He wants to get his visa tomorrow. He wants to get in Australia tomorrow now. All the weather's good. So
All right.
And then the following Saturday after the Ukon, we're going to be talking about the EAP8 card. I think we're going to be doing that with Bob Gradelli and Jen. And Jen's really knowledgeable about it too. If not, we're going to get somebody else that will be speaking about that. So those are two things you're going to want to know about, because those are two things that we sell, and you got to be knowledgeable in what you're selling. So thank you so much. And
you're welcome.
Talk to you later. Thanks, JB.
Okay. Thanks, John.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.